Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Daria Reactions. I am Fred. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. For those who don't know what we're doing here, this is your typical reaction, commentary, discussions, series of videos, but we're focusing on MTV's Daria. Now, this is also my excuse to re-watch every single episode in production order. For those who know about season 3, you know about season 3. And we are into season 4 at this point. We are 4 episodes in, soon to be 5, once we go through this week's episode. How we do it here, again, if you just stumbled across this video here, but if you go back through all the previous ones, we do the display capture, bring everything up here, and we turn the blurs on and off, but you don't hear any audio from the episode in and of itself because I kind of do a running commentary discussion. You get my genuine reactions to everything, so you can sync this up with your own copy of it. And if in case you can't tell by that, what you're seeing there with the display capture at this point in time is, yes, we are using the Daria Complete Series box set. And yes, it's not the original case because I had to replace that case because, well, the box set in and of itself, the original case was rather cheaply made, and again, the Complete Series box set has a number of issues and problems, to say the least here. But it's jam-packed with extras. Anyway, we are covering the episode The F Word this week. And for the life of me, I can't remember what this episode was about without having to pull up a Wikipedia page, which I refuse to do. So again, for a lot of times, especially while I had a strong memory for episodes from seasons 1 to maybe the first half of season 3, season 4, really has been a case of me, like, so far not remembering the episodes all too well based off of their titles. Like, I had no idea that Murder She Snored was essentially a Daria dreaming, and a lot of references to a lot of different TV shows and that focused around murder mysteries and such, like Charlie's Angels, Murder She Wrote, which of course is referenced in the title. There were references to Magnum P.I., the Pink Panther, not the animated pink feline animal, but the Inspector Clouseau films. So there was a lot there. So looking forward to, let's get into the F word. La 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 la. So who's dropping the F-bomb? School closed Thursday and Friday, statewide teachers convention. I can... failure. So that makes sense here. But you know what's funny though? I'm thinking back to high school at the time I'm recording this. It is like late November. And typically the first week of November, right after Election Day back in elementary school, a lot of the Thursday and Friday would be taken off for a teachers convention. And I say that while Mr. O'Neill is clearly enthusiastic by what was being said by the conference. Oh, wait, they're supposed to be getting $50 per. Sea and beef. That sounds like an awful reference. But that's surf and turf now that I think about it. I called her Mrs. Branch last week. It's Mrs. Barch. Same letters, just the wrong order. Mr. O'Neill is rooming with Mr. DiMartino. I'm kind of wondering how the hell Mr. O'Neill is going to make it through the night at the same time. I'm sorry, but I could not sleep like that with the head propped up on a pillow like that. Nope, definitely not discreet there. That was a great panning shot there. Okay. Yes, you did. Mr. O'Neill is certainly enthusiastic. Yeah, you Republican, Dominican, and aristocrat are the three branches of government. What the actual hell, Kevin? And this episode is kind of weird. Its coloring is very, very, very bright. Again, I've commented it before, but the Quinn with the uh, what was it? The Quinn with the long sleeve shirt is actually a good look for her. I do kind of wonder what prompted change from her switching from the short sleeve shirt to the long sleeve shirt. What was what there had to be a reason for it. No, wait a second. Her shirt was kind of like was cropped a bit, and I had to think with school policies at the time, and that would have been the reason for the change, with her like dressing more appropriately in a school setting. So 5 episodes into season 4, like it finally hits me like a brick to the head. Stacy's obsessed with the upcoming sale. Wait, Jane is going to be. Wait, Jane is in her closet. There go Jane's shorts, shirt, and jacket. Ah, yeah, that is the legit response. I had it was like as soon as Daria took a look at, yeah, I had a feeling of it. Unpopular. Yeah. Oh, this is going to backfire in Mr. O'Neill's face horribly. This is going to backfire on Jody. Yeah, It's a Jody basically not getting any time off. That's a miracle she doesn't snap. Good question. Trent is like this completely disturbed by Jane's new look. She needs you badly, Tom. Yes, it is a teddy bear backpack. But at the same time, I can't really complain about Jane's look. It is a great look. She does pull it off rather well. Mrs. Barch is rubbing her knee up against Mr. O'Neill's leg at a football game. That's nuts. They're already packed in. Oy vey. Mr. O'Neill's assignment is totally backfiring in a bad way. She's succeeding at becoming unpopular. Damn it. It's only 9:15 in the morning at the time I'm recording it, but I want pizza. I don't know why. Oh yeah. Oh wait, and they're going after Jane. Oh my. Lisa, Angie, and Nikki. They finally got names? No, wait, they were given names before, but it's the first time I actually, paid attention to that degree to pick up on it. Nikki, Angie, and Nikki. But Jake is due for another heart attack at this point. We're seeing how much his Quinn is spending. Tell, Telling Jake to to calm down is like telling the rain not to fall. Ooh, that was devious. Where's Jake's asking, "Where's Quinn right now?" Oh boy, that's kind of weird. Well, of course, we were a bit overdue for a Helen blackmails Daria moment. Horribly, they went horribly. Brittany is in tears. Yeah, very marketable skills. Yeah, he does. Like, yeah, Mr. O'Neill, you have completely lost the plot here. Oh, wow, Kevin, you had to say it like that. We saw the back of Upchuck. Mr. O'Neill, you brought it on yourself. She's going to stay conventional. Nope, she's going to try out for cheerleader. Yes, she has lost her mind. But again, that is a great look for Jane in its own way. It's a second time this season that Kevin has been a QB. They succeeded in their own way. Yeah, just blame everything on Mr. O'Neill. Meanwhile, in the boys' locker room, because you did, Mac. Ah, okay. The double pigtail look. That was horrific. Uh, sh- she's totally perky. The starving referees, not refugees, not referees. Flag. Yes, that was a Tom Grossi reference. Jane's back to normal. Ah, yes, the probe was necessary. She she totally had Bouncity Bounce. Death of a teacher slash salesman. Yeah, yes, you are a failure as a teacher, Mr. O'Neill. You damn near ruined everyone's life with that assignment. With the exception of Jane. Kevin, you totally missed the plot. What what the hell is a sweater belt? Oh, Mr. O'Neill's place is quite interesting. Of course, he would have. Wow. Run away. Mr. O'Neill's place is a bit disturbing. The picture of the clown in the background being very, very disturbing and horrifying. Wait, Kevin got hurt. He got hit by. He got ran over during the football game. Well, I'll give this episode a lot of credit for trying to focus a plot with Mr. O'Neill, uh, having a bit of a character arc. Well, that was the first time Mr. O'Neill was actually snapped. Wow, he has a freaking clown throw pillow. Wow. Oh, it was that's quite clever having Mr. O'Neill. Um, uh, that's quite clever. Daria getting Mr. O'Neill to monitor Quinn's spending. It's I'm surprised, and I'm surprised he was okay with it. All right. This episode, how can we how can we say it here? It's definitely an episode where everybody's acting out of character to a large degree because of the assignment. It's like you gotta understand that failure is okay. You will fail at a lot of things in life, and when you know when if you can accept failure, then you're ahead of the game. Like because it means you're gonna get over anytime you fail a lot quicker, and then focus on hopefully the next thing that you try, you're gonna succeed at. So the theme and message is there, especially as it relates to failure being the F word in this particular instance. Um, the way everyone goes about things is quite interesting in terms of what they failed at. Okay, Brittany says she's going to fail at becoming unpopular. That is okay if she starts being topical and stuff. Obviously inspired by her conversation with Daria. That regardless that people will still like her, but she became unpopular. She succeeded at that. Jody having the unfortunate circumstance with her parents putting all the academic pressures on her. Like she tries to uh, go get the summer off and like because if anybody probably needs a mental break in the series, it's probably her. And she lays out all these things and assignments and stuff that her parents are forcing her to do, and like, oh, she's gonna have a 20-hour a week internship for a congressman on top of everything else. And it's like, yeah, that workload is not realistic. It's you need more. So yeah, it's I'm trying to remember. Does she actually have a breakdown of some sort during the course of the series? And I don't think she does. But it probably would have made an interesting episode if regardless, especially when you hear about how much stuff she has to do and how she basically has no life really at all. It's almost probably a miracle that she's dating Mac. Mac obviously fails in teaching Kevin the three branches of government. But I says like Kevin's like three branches: the Republican, Dominican, and the aristocrats. And then then later on, you have the Aristocats reference with him wondering, like, teaching cats how to play the piano. Um, Probably we don't really get to see Daria fail at anything, because it's really more about everyone else to a fairly large extent in this over the course of this episode. Um, because she succeeds in getting Mr. O'Neill to take her spot in monitoring Quinn at Quinn spending at the very end. But the real highlight of this episode has to be Jane and that look, and clearly, like, Tom was all in on it, especially with clearly when she says it's the kiwi flavor lip gloss. And you have her being roped into trying out for the cheerleading squad. And if she didn't have that vision of her being successful as a cheerleader and eventually dating Kevin, uh, like, Jane potentially could have succeeded. We have to remember Jane is pretty athletic. She was on the uh, the track team, but way back in See Jane Run. So there's a it's not too far of a stretch. And there was also an episode that ended, I believe, with Jari and Jane basically having to take part in like a cheerleading practice. Or no, I remember that being a part of an episode as well. So Jane would essentially have that experience, like have like the basic fundamentals to some degree. Um, Mr. But the big thing on the episode, as I was mentioning it during the watch through, is this episode does give Mr. O'Neill a bit of an arc that where it basically opens on him being inspired by the speaker at the conference that he and the other school staff are at, and it's like he gets inspired thinking of this great assignment, and then realizes that, ooh, this has backfired in a bad way that is like has negatively impacted his students, and he loses his confidence. And then Daria and Jane going to him and give him that pep talk uh, was quite interesting. And also hearing this is the first real episode we really see him depressed. You get to see his apartment, and that which raises way too many questions about Mr. O'Neill in and of itself. But and we actually hear him snap. That it's like, what the mumbo jumbo is that? Where he just takes it the wrong way. It's the closest we've seen to this point of Mr. O'Neill being angry because he is the soft-spoken, sensitive English teacher, uh, and so actually see him getting a bit angry and more so at himself than anything is quite interesting. It's actually a nice bit of character growth there. And I'm thinking this, with those seeds actually being planted here, I'm thinking back over 20 years. I believe this is like probably the start of him, gaining a little bit of a backbone. Because I seem to remember there was something with him and uh, Mrs. Bart regarding her being a bit way too controlling over him, and Mr. DiMartino tries to help Mr. O'Neill out in terms of giving him like that proverbial spine to stand up for himself a little bit. So, and obviously that I think that's more towards like the back end of season 5, if not the Is It College Yet film, the series ender. But regardless, this was a fine episode, and I'll have to say overall, it's probably the most well-rounded of the episodes so far, because with it staying primarily focused on the Lawndale High shenanigans and such. Granted, when you have them going, it's like being, the adventure ups in the mountains and anti-social climbers. Uh, the Kevin Focus episode with him getting the knee injury and a tree grows in Lawndale, and the dream episode with the murder mystery. The F word probably rolls back to Partner's Complaint in terms of being like pretty grounded. So anyway, we'll wrap this up here. With that said, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tighten your friendship bracelets. Stay safe. Well, we will see y'all next week when we cover the episode I Loathe a Parade. So till then, see ya.